Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're taking a look at a Tenko Haven build. So this build is very similar to the Elena Haven builds for its base core of healing, which is no surprise considering obviously Tenko is doing the same thing just on the opposite level. So instead of course buffing followers, it's dealing damage to enemy followers and obviously the enemy leader, provided there is no board. And that's really the big difference. There are a few minor differences here and there, like the Pegasus sculptures, the mosaic healing waters, stuff like that that just adds the extra little push that you might need. Obviously, Holy Bowman Keel is a really good clutch card in this sort of deck, and Godsworn Elixir being an absolute core when it comes to not getting wiped out by big drops like Forest. So really does a nice job and is quite fun to play. So we're going to get right into this and check it out. So my first game here is against Dragon. No real surprise there because Dragon was becoming quite popular for countering with the anti-meta style decks. We're starting off with a not too bad hand. I don't mind actually getting Robo Wing and Holy Bow in the first opener since I can quite easily go for those, and also Robo Goblin is quite good, so we're actually overall in a positive hand here. So I did go for the Robo Goblin, even if it doesn't give me the instant Holy Bow on 2 play. And another Robo Wing actually managed to work this hand out perfectly. The potential this hand now has is actually pretty crazy. Especially since our opponent hasn't really done anything too impactful yet. Their board is kind of stabilized out there, but that's really it. They're not really going for anything too nuts in the early game. So we are going to get a lot of early damage in, which is important. And there is the board clear though, but probably a little too late. I mean, we're pretty much going to get the free swing here with Tenko if we want it. Even though they have evened it up a little bit now. But from here on, we're basically playing for advantage, so any kind of healing we play is now going to do mass damage. Especially with Holy Bowman, obviously. And Holy Marksman, going to do some really crazy amounts of board presence damage and then face damage afterwards.
I've got to take a break.
The only problem is that the Tenko does go off first since it was ordered in that way. If it was Holy Bow first, we could have got Tenko second, but unfortunately, that is the life.
Ready to witness my true strength?
Dragonplate Warrior, not a card you see a lot, but when you do, you know you're going into something interesting. We're now pretty much set up to go for this. So I mainly am looking for some draw.
Head toward hope.
Unfortunately, we didn't really get a lot, so the Zoe really, well, it was okay. We still got the removal.
Keep working toward a brighter future.
That was a good chunk of damage, so next turn's actually looking positive for us. With an empty board, we don't really need to worry about a lot other than just spamming things to the board. So Holy Bow coming down so we can go for a very nice 12 damage. It also means that the temple line there will actually drop quite quick. Or White Fang Temple, sorry. I'm thinking the wrong card for a second. Anyway, that'll get a good drop on it. Unfortunately, they did end up removing our Tenko. Not that that really matters at this point in the game. There's only 4 health left and only a little bit of healing. And we have some pretty mass draw here. And there it is, Holy Bow. That was a perfect pickup off that draw. Couldn't have asked for anything much better than maybe Tenko. Tenko could have been okay as well. For the next match, I'm going up against a Sword. These matches were from the Grand Prix, that's why the rankings are a little all over the place, but usually Grand Prix isn't too bad as a representation for this. And I actually did quite okay with this deck in the Grand Prix originally. I did 3-2, which is above average as far as what I usually can get with decks that aren't super crazy meta, so. And I did play this deck a bit outside of Grand Prix as well, and did do fairly well. So the early Holy Bow, couldn't really come up with much else considering we need a turn 2 drop and we're going into a turn 3 drop, and especially against Sword. So that worked out pretty reasonably.
This one's for you.
Now, turn 4 play is a little tricky. I got the Mosaic Holy Water, it's really all we got. Unfortunately, it did draw a Decree, which we didn't need. But we've managed to lower our opponent down to just 10 health by turn 4, so we're in a very positive position here. So they are doing a pretty okay job right now, and King's Welcome is actually a pretty good card. Especially since it looks like they're running a full discard deck. Which means they most likely will probably get Spartacus out on 5 if I had to guess. Since like I said, King's Welcome, insane value. I actually really want to work on a deck similar to this. I have a basic Spartacus deck for Unlimited, but I don't have anything quite this specialized, so maybe that might be an interesting deck to try soon. So as long as they don't have triple removal in their hand to completely do their hand out, we're going to be fine. Altered Fate could cripple us if they have 3 of it in a row, but the odds of that aren't great. And if they don't, it's going to be pretty much game over at that point. Or at least very close to it. Because this hand, for them, has been fairly good.
Think you fooled me? How could you?
So nice Mentor's Teachings, not that really means a lot here. And I can actually push for some healing this time.
Now, prove your worth.
Really just trying to aim for whatever I can get.
I won't lose to grief any longer. I'm sorry, everyone.
So we did get another Tenko, not that that's very useful. That does push us another turn, which is a little disappointing. I only really needed to get 2 more heals and I would have been set, so a Mosaic Holy Water and then the would have been perfect if I could have got those instead, but now it's just a matter of can they actually remove their entire hand before they get finished off, and by the looks of it, no. They would have been just short if they used a Fate, so that worked in our favour quite nicely and we did get the win. So Tenko Haven's always been one of my more favoured variants of Haven as far as decks I've played. I did always like the control style decks as far as they went as well, but hey, Tenko, even before it became meta, was always a deck I enjoyed, and one that I actually liked to play quite a bit, as it was just some fun, and I liked the mechanic of the healing to damage kind of setup, so that's always a lot of fun to play. If you guys are interested in checking this deck out, I will leave a link in the description below. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more, be sure to check out some other things on the channel. Otherwise, hit like button, subscribe. Until next time, guys, see ya.